What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First. We'll be back again for another video. As you guys can see, it's gonna be the last Attack on Titan reaction and review video because it's gonna be the last chapter. Chapter 139. Been waiting for this for a while. Been waiting for this. 139. 13 years, 9 Titans. Isayama's just a genius, alright? But yeah, I've been hearing a lot of uproar about this chapter. I've seen it. I don't know what went down in this chapter at all. But I've seen that people are not happy with it. They're not content with the chapter. People are like comparing it to Game of Thrones and shit like that. So yeah, so that kind of got my expectations a little, you know what I'm saying? I kind of, you know, I'm expecting nothing spectacular, you know, pretty much. But I have no idea what is going to be happening in this chapter. I ain't going to lie, like shit. Like I don't know. But I love Attack on Titan. It's my favorite manga, anime of all time. And it's just been a long ride. It's been a long ride. It's just so cool. This is probably the first time for me to be with a series for, you know, some years and to actually go all the way and you know, and finish reading the manga, because I wasn't really into manga until Attack on Titan, until I was like really, you know, once Attack on Titan shot up to my #1 pretty much, that's when I started reading manga. So Attack on Titan is pretty much the first, one of the reasons why I started to read manga in the first place. Also to dodge spoilers and shit and to catch up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's been a long ride. That boy Isayama's, he's a GOAT. He's a genius. I just can't wait to get into this chapter. So yeah, last chapter, you guys already know what happened. Eren continued to fight. They started fighting more. Him and Armin, Colossal Titan versus Eren's Colossal Titan. Swinging, he was whooping Armin's ass. Everybody got turned to Titans, like John, Connie, Gabby, Reiner's mom, Annie's dad. And they were, yeah, it was mayhem. It was going crazy. But and then later on in the chapter, we see Mikasa. She had her little dream thing, pretty much connected to Eren, and how like basically like an alternative like reality of what would have happened if things went differently, where her and Eren ran away, and blase blase. And then it ended with Mikasa cutting off that boy Eren's head, and she's a little freaky. She ended up kissing his head. That was kind of weird. But hey, it's Attack on Titan, so we already know. But let's get into the next chapter, the last chapter. I'm ready for it. Let's get into it. I get that you needed to do it after you saw the future with the Attack Titan's power. But did you really need to riddle me with holes? Huh? What was the reason for the knee kick? I felt desperate to separate myself from all of you. Okay. While asking myself, wait, what am I doing? I just went with the flow of events. I'm sorry. It should be Mikasa that you're saying this to, not me. Especially after the nonsense you said. It really hurt her. Yeah, you're right. Eren, did you push us all away just so you can set us up as the heroes that saved all of humanity? That's right. Damn. All the remaining people in the world now owe you all a tremendous debt. Even among the island devils. There were those of the Paradise Island that opposed what I did and kept their humanity. The world will now hold you in highest regard. At least that was my plan. But didn't you say you wanted to protect Paradise from the vengeance of the people outside the walls? Just like the Tiber family did after the Great Titan War? They won't be able to take revenge anytime soon. What? 80% of all humanities, 80% of all humans were killed during the rumbling. Yes. They're walking, they see a volcano, it's erupting. Is this something like liquid fire? Seriously, it's flowing like a river. And Armin's just mesmerized by it. Where did we leave off again? What? 2,000 years ago, the founder, Ymir, continued to submit to King Fritz, leading to the Titan powers that we still see today. That's right, even after obtaining power that rivaled God, in front of her enemy who burned down her home, killed her father, and tore out her tongue, she continued to submit. When the world made her choose this? I encountered her in the past and understood what she was feeling. It's hard to believe, but founder Ymir was in love with Karl Fritz. Why? That's weird. Why would she? That must be a part of like the whole slave mentality and stuff. Huh? That's the true reason that Ymir's restriction has persisted for the last 2,000 years. I couldn't look any deeper into the founder Ymir's heart, but I know for certain she was in pain, wishing for freedom. She waited 2,000 years for someone. She continued to hope that someone could free her from the pain of her love. Finally, they arrived. That person was Mikasa. I guess I understand, like, she kind of felt that, like, since he was, I mean, he was an asshole and all that. We already know that. But I guess he was like, he kind of gave her I mean, she was a slave to him, but like they had children with each other. So I guess that was because just like in real life, right? Isn't like a thing where usually most people when they first get into a relationship with somebody or the first person that they have like sexual intercourse with, that they actually are linked to them, like they can't kind of break away. There's people that are like that, so I'm assuming that's kind of like on the lines of that, where like she just have a connection with him because he was the only person that had some kind of not love either, like I guess some kind of intimacy at some degree, you know. Okay, finally it arrived. That person was Mikasa. Okay, I just realized that. So you're saying that Mikasa? What did you say, Mikasa? I did. You really weren't listening, were you? I was listening. Why was it Mikasa? Well, that's something only the founder Ymir would know. Even I am still wondering what Mikasa will do. I still don't know. I can only say one thing for certain. Ymir choosing Mikasa was what led to this end result. Everything was only for the sake of reaching this end result. All I did was follow that path. I massacred 80% of all of humanity. I made all of Paradise Island start killing each other. I got my precious friends dragged into this war, all the while not knowing if any of them were even still alive. So that was the future that you saw at the medal awarding ceremony. Yep. It must have been painful to carry out that burden all alone. Armin, my thoughts have become incoherent. The influence that the founders' powers bring about have no past or future. They all exist at the same time. And that's why it's inevitable. On that day, at that time, Bertolt wasn't yet supposed to die, huh? That's why I looked over that and I sent. Let's go. Eren, okay. Yeah. So what did you think? About what? About Mikasa? Well, let me go back. That's why I looked over that and I sent. Oh, wow. So is he saying that like everything had to follow a certain path, pun intended, no pun intended, whatever. So like, because I can see this as Dinah Fritz, you know, Smiling Titan, aka the Smiling Titan. So is he saying that he sent in Dinah to go in there to essentially ended up killing his mother though? So I wonder if he, wow, okay. Okay, Eren, what a man you are. Eren said he said that my mother will also become human again. That's what's up. He told us to live long. But what about you? We never asked for your help, you reckless idiot. Yeah, I want to speak to him too. Wow. Andy with her dad again. Welcome back. I've returned safely, father. And Falco yelling Gabby. And Levi's there, just sitting down looking, wow, at all his comrades, fallen comrades. Hey guys, are you all watching that? Wow, we got Hanji in the front, we got Erwin, Petra, I think that's Petra, yeah. We got Mike, everybody, his former squad and shit. And it seems that this is how it ends. The goal that you all devoted your hearts to. Wow, man. Then they did the Sasage. And then he does it. Oh man! And you can see the like a little imprint of the insignia. The wings. You see, damn, the ultimate soldier, Levi. He got to live to the end. You see Connie and John looking at Sasha. She's wow. She's also doing the Sasage. Wow, Sasha. See Gabby, Falco. What the fuck? She did like a belly to belly suplex on that boy Falco. God damn. If there wasn't anyone left with the power of the Titans, we'd be using that power to protect ourselves right now. Instead, even after having guns pointed at our heads, we're still powerless humans. This is above all as proof that we're just humans now. And you are? I am Armin Arlet, an Eldian of Paradise Island. And I am the one who killed the attack Titan Eren Yeager. So he's a hero, yeah. I like that. As the world mourns its losses and amidst anxiety and uneasiness, the nation of Eldia has formed an army under the Jaeger faction and is focusing on strengthening its military forces. Fearing the retaliation of the remnants of the humans who survived on the other side of the ocean, the people of the island raise their voices in unison. If we win, we live. If we lose, we die. Wow, and then they use the Eren's word. That's dope. If we don't fight, we can't win. Fight. Tatake. Tatakaya. Look at that. We see Niccolo. We see Sasha's parents, Kaya, and all. Damn. This fight won't end until either the aliens or the rest of the world is wiped out. Maybe what Eren had said was right. Even so, Eren chose to entrust us with the future of this world, as we now live in a world without titans. Yeah. See, on Young Capone, that's on Young Capone, right? Yeah. On Young Capone, I guess that's Gabby and Falco. They got that boy Levi in the wheelchair. So what? He like their uncle or some shit, boy. Okay, that's weird, but whatever. Why the very same people who were at each other's throats not so long ago are now coming together to parody to appeal for peace? We must tell them the truth of that story. Okay. Which unfolded before our very eyes, and they're all on the boat looking up. Feather falls, bird going, see Mikasa under the tree. Eren, everyone will soon be here to meet you. You're happy, right? Okay, so they're going to the little funeral. I wish I could see you again. And then the bird comes in. Wow, takes Mikasa's scarf, or gave her this. No, what do you do? The bird just came and like nipped on the scarf. And she's looking up. Eren, you wrapped the scarf around me. Thank you. Okay, so why was people tripping about this chapter? Like, they were saying it was terrible. Like, it was not bad. No, I'm not no fucking stan, like a big ass fanboy. No. It's not that. Not at all. Why was people so mad about this though? Like, okay, a few things that, like, to me that was kind of weird. Okay, I would say is Ymir earlier when she was saying that, or when Eren was telling Armin that she was basically in love with Carl Fritz and all that. That was weird, and that was basically the fact that she was still there because she still like was suffering from the pain of being like linked to him or something. Like, I mean, it makes sense to an extent, like the reason why she was still there, but like the reason why she still loved him, I don't. Like I said earlier, it might have been just because he was like a person that was really, that got close to her, and she was still kind of like in that immature mindset. So she was, all this time she was pretty much immature in the sense, and felt like powerless in, you know, basically from what we already knew anyway. So I guess that's probably the answer to that. As for how what they were saying, like when the Armin first got back to like the, you know, like the real reality. I mean, I know the past is technically reality too, but you don't know. I mean, when he got back to like the main fight, you know, the battlefield, and he woke up. He told Mikasa that like whatever the cause, like whatever the choice she did was the cause of this or something like that. That was interesting. Like, this, or they just referring to her just slicing his head off, and that was the reason why, like, all of that, you know, why everything just ended, or was it something else? Because they made it seem like they put emphasis like on like the cause, like your choice. Like he said, your choice was the reason why this happened. Like it made it seem like what was the point of saying that if, since, how am I trying to say? Basically, like, we already know, obviously, slice his head off to pretty much ended shit, you know what I'm saying? So, like, why does that need to be stated to us and to them? Like, why does that need to be said? You know what I mean? That was weird. I don't understand why people hated it that much to say that it was trash, the series trash, chapter was just garbage. It was, like, really, y'all just exaggerating. Y'all probably just listening to other people saying shit like that. Y'all just want to join into it. Yes, I won't lie. There was some stuff that's kind of still kind of not answered pretty much, like how the hallucinogen, aka the worm shit, you know what I'm saying? How that just ended up dying. They kind of made it, like the answer that they kind of gave was that since Mikasa cut off Eren's head, that they pretty much just ended everything. But I don't understand that. I don't get, like, I was confused a little earlier on in chapter 2 because even Armin told he was like, Mikasa, he said something about what did he say exactly? He said that her choice was like the cause of this or something like that. Like, I don't know if that, because like there's no point really to say that, like, she knows that, you know that, you know, the fact that you cut off his head, that's the reason why it happened, unless I guess he's just saying, like, to get reinsurance because he didn't see her actually cut off his head. I'm guessing that's probably why. But I still don't understand, how does that stop the worm shit, the hallucinogen? How does that stop that thing from living? I guess since it has to be, like, bonded with life, like, that's the only way I don't know. Maybe since it was linked to Ymir for so long, like it. But see, that's the thing. That is an issue, I would say, because now I'm using headcanon. Like, is it because that it needed to be attached to some kind of life form or something like that, and that's why it died out or something? I don't know. It's really that's really something that I don't know. Like, that's an unresolved question. I could see that why that's a problem. Yes, it's a problem. Unless I'm tripping and they actually did explain it, but I think that's a problem right there. But the people that are saying that they hated this shit and saying it's terrible, I don't get it. How there's bound to be a lot of like unanswered questions in any story. You know what I'm saying? Any story, movie, show, there's gonna be unanswered questions all throughout. I know it's towards the end, so you want it, but like we should have gotten the question, yes, but like I mean we should have gotten the question answered to us. But at the same time though, like we just didn't, I guess. It is a problem, but come on, y'all gotta chill out with the whole, hating. I'm sure y'all probably sending death threats and doing all kinds of shit. Y'all crazy as fuck. Y'all not real fans of this medium at all. Y'all just disregard all the man's chapter. Like, from what I know, like most people started to not like it probably like around chapter 132 or something, like a little after when the rumbling had started. So it's been like what? Like 9 chapters, 8 chapters that people probably didn't like for the most part. Like at the most, 8 chapters at the most. Like that's it. So it's like, I don't know. You like to say that this whole shit is trash because you didn't like less than 10%. It's not even 10%. So less than 10% of the man's full story, and y'all want to hate on him and say that he's not a genius. After all, he sucks. He's a bad writer. Fuck Isayama. Like, come on, bro. I seen all that shit. Luckily, I dodged the spoilers and shit. But I seen all the comments and shit people was making and hinting at and shit. I never liked that. Like, but it's whatever. I really liked the chapter. I really did. It closed off. It had really great closure and great epilogue type stuff. You know what I'm saying, from like the rest of the crew and Armin and all, and even Mikasa. Like it was really interesting to see them. Even older again. Some more new character models. You know what I'm saying. Seeing Levi talking to doing the devote your hearts to Zagayo, to Erwin and Hanji and all the other fallen comrades, Petra, everybody. That was so great. And then we seen Sasha and John and Connie, like, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that like Aaron's cause, right? It like, when you really think about it from all the way through, from what we've seen in anime, like recently, with the final episodes of part 1, how when Yelena was talking about Aaron and Zeke and all that, it really makes sense. It comes full circle. He really wanted to just do what he needed to do, and everybody else pretty much ended up going against him, which he pretty much planned. He killed off 80% of humanity on the outside of the wall, so there's still about 20% in more, over time it's gonna grow more of people that are going to retaliate against parody, maybe, but shit, I wouldn't even do it. Fuck that. Well, of course, it's gonna be typical human conflict and problems and war and all that. So like, it's just getting them used to the world as well. And they got their freedom by stopping Aaron because they don't want Aaron to kill all them people. Like, I understand both sides. Everybody should understand both sides. All the fans understand that Aaron, for one, he if he wanted to kill everybody on the outside of the walls, like everybody, then yeah, they wouldn't have any enemies and all that. But who's to say that they wouldn't start conflict with them themselves eventually down the line? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Or if they even were to keep the Titans and all that. Who knows? And then they end up fighting with the Titans still, and everybody spreading out, expanding in different land and all that. So that's one thing. And then another thing is that, they wanted their freedom. And like I said, by stopping Aaron, they didn't want to kill people. That's just morally wrong. You know what I'm saying? They spent a lot of time killing comrades and shit. So it's like they didn't want to kill other people, especially innocent people. So, they fought against him, got what they wanted, and he ultimately got what he wanted as well. Both teams win. The Alliance and Aaron, they both win. Like, I don't get why you guys don't like I'm talking to the ones that are like really against like the characters and Isayama and his writing. Like, they're on the same team at the end of the day. Aaron and them are on the same team. Yes, they went against Aaron to stop him from, yada, 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 but that was his plan. Like, why wouldn't we've watched this season. They all been together for 3 seasons and more. Why all of a sudden you guys is like, oh yeah, I'm all for the whole conflict and fighting against them and all that and boo blah boo. Like, I don't get it. I mean, I know there's some people that always wanted Armin and the rest of the gang to like join Eren in this shit, but I wouldn't have. Do y'all really think that y'all would want to? Y'all really wanted to have all? And this is basically a rant now, because I was just seeing so many comments everywhere talking shit about this chapter and about this man Isayama. But do y'all really want to have Armin and everybody, Mikasa, all of them, Levi, Hanji, everybody, to be on Eren's side and just kill off hella people? Like, that would be boring, and it would have been, the fucking manga would have been ended chapters ago. We would have barely got season 4. We wouldn't have gotten a season 4 technically, right? Because they would have went there and did some shit once they met up with Zeke and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like, I don't get it. Like, people, like, you gotta put in perspective. You as a person in this world, like, the things that you would want, the things that you don't like. Why do people think that genocide and shit is like the theme of the show? This is not the fucking theme of the show. So if y'all got problems with that, I don't know what to tell you. But I do understand the people that have problems with the questions that we didn't have answered and shit like that. Like I was saying about the whole Lucigenia thing and about the power of the Titans, how they just pretty much die off since Mikasa. That part I can understand completely. But everything else, like, nah. And then Ymir being like in love with Carl Fritz, that's honestly really weird too. I don't, like I said earlier in the video, I don't know if it's because he was pretty much linked to him because of the fact that he, even though she was still a slave, he gave her kind of a reason to live because of the kids. Like, they had kids, and that's a real thing, you know. But they made it specifically towards him. I would have rather have like her, because they did mention, I think Armin or Eren, one of them mentioned that she had to suffer through the pain of being linked to the king. So I think it would have been more like, I think it would have been better if it was like she had her pain for like kind of being a catalyst to everything, and then the fact that her kids had to, you know, eat her and get the Titan powers and keep passing it down and breeding and all that shit. Like, I would understand that, but I don't like how it's like directly towards the king, like King Carl Fritz. I feel like it should have been more like Ymir just felt that, like, even though it's not ultimately her fault altogether, but like I think it should have been more about that. Like, she was suffering from everything, not just Carl Fritz, because that's how they kind of painted it out to be, just Carl Fritz. Like, he's the only reason why, yada yada yada. Like, that's not what the story was all about. You know what I'm saying? Unless, like I said, unless I'm getting shit wrong and not reading it right, then that's, you know. But that's just what I got from it, why I interpreted it. But yeah, this chapter, I don't get why people was doing all the hate shit. That's so stupid. It is, come on. Isayama is a genius. I love Isayama, bro. And like I said, I've admitted there's shit that he's done that wasn't right or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He's not like the smartest nigga alive. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving him credit for the shit that he can do, because he's done shit that like a lot of people don't do and don't do right. But yeah, the little unresolved questions and shit, just unsolved questions and stuff about like the Lucigenia, that's the main gripe I have with that. And Ymir, kind of, those are the two things. Everything else don't make sense. Eren killed off the people, a lot of people. They're making their militaries, we make our militaries. Now it's our time to protect ourselves, because now they're included with the world pretty much. And that's a great thing. Like, what the fuck? Like, to have them, like, because technically if he were to kill off, I mean, yes, they'll be the only people in the world, parody, or Eldia rather, be the only ones, but like, morally, that's fucking wrong. I wouldn't want to kill a whole bunch of people, like everybody else. Like, that would stick to my mind forever. I'm not gonna live with that. The fuck? But yeah, this chapter was very solid in my opinion. I'll give it like a 7 or an 8, somewhere between there, 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't perfect. By far, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't terrible either. By far, it was not terrible. I don't know what people were tripping off of. I like this. I like how it ended. They kept Eren dead. Makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I was one person that was theorizing like, oh, he'll come back, continue to rumbling. But like now, especially once I see this and see how the people was talking shit about it, y'all are really fucking out of y'all goddamn mind. Like, what? Like, for real, like, dog. It's not that serious at the end of the day. But it wasn't even that terrible. So I don't know what to tell y'all. I love this shit, you know what I'm saying? This last chapter was dope. You know what I'm saying? It's cool seeing them actually live lives for the first time ever. Like, they never got a break. So when I rewatch the series, it's gonna be, because I would be sad if I was to rewatch this. Now that I think about it, everybody like died or something. Like, fuck, that would be crazy. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the chapter or my reaction, and you know, you can comment what you want. I don't care. I can see all the real constructive criticism for the chapter, all the hate and shit that people just bandwagoning and jumping on other people's nuts and all that. Like, come on, bro, chill. But yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys have a good one. I tell you guys that after every video, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. I'll see you guys in the next video on Friday for My Hero Academia. Sasageyo, and peace.